My name's Aaron Kyro. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area, and today I'm going to teach you how to do a shove it. That's right, a shove it. Not even necessarily a pop shove it, but just a shove it. Welcome to week number 3 of boot camp. I hope week number 1 and 2 treated you well and you learned all those tricks. Remember, before you jump into this video and just go straight into shove it, make sure you warm up with all the tricks from week number 1 and week number 2. I know there was a lot and we covered a ton in those videos. So from here forward, every video is just going to be one single trick. But what I want to tell you is as you're going through this boot camp, every day when you start skating, get out there, work on those riding basics, work on those earlier tricks, and just get those in, because the repetition is what's going to be really helpful. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to build a very strong base. We're trying to build your muscle memory up, and then we're going to add tricks on top of that. But if you go in straight to the tricks, it's going to be very hard. I'm going to probably repeat that as many times as possible throughout this series. Welcome to the boot camp. You got it. 10 episodes, 10 weeks. You guys are going to learn all these tricks straight through to kickflip. And trust me, the time that you spend on these earlier tricks is time very well spent. Because once you get to those upper tricks like the kickflip, heel flip, it's a battle. It's going to be a battle. Okay, so the foot position on the shove it looks like this. Your front foot is just like that, and your back foot is curled around the side just like that. Very nice and easy. Front foot has a little bit of an angle on the foot, and the back toe is curled around that side. The key to this trick is that you're standing with all your weight on your front foot, and then you jump up just a little bit. You want to hold your front foot as flat as possible on that board, which keeps it from spinning, right? And then the tail goes straight back, not down, but literally just straight back. And then the board turns around to 180 and you land on it with your back foot. So that is the theory of how the trick works. And the tricks that you need to know before this are all of the tricks that we went through in week 1 and week 2. So really get those down. This trick right here is what I would consider the absolute very easiest beginner skateboard trick there is. So this is a really good one to start with, and as you know that I've covered many times in the first 2 episodes, we're working on building up your muscle memory, your board control, and we're getting you into a position where you can climb up that ladder, the trick ladder, the stairs ladder, whatever you want to call it, and make it all the way to the top. Okay, so first things first on the shove it is a practice step. So you're going to stand with your front foot on the ground, whatever foot that may be, and you're going to put your toes curled around the edge of that skateboard, and you're going to practice just shooting it straight back. Again, not down as much as it is just straight back. Repeat that 10, 15, 20 times. Get that muscle memory in. Get it really good. And then the next step from there is you're going to stand with your front foot on the board. This is practice step number 2. Stand with your front foot on the board and shove that back foot straight back. And then when you do that, you're going to step off with your back foot, leave your front foot on. This is very key because your front foot on the shove it is a point of control. You're holding it as close as you can to that board, just like that. Bada boom, bada bing. Shove it straight back, leave your front foot on. Step off with your back foot. Again, repeat it. Back foot, step off, shove it, back foot, step off, leave your front foot on. Very key, very important. Repeat that motion as many times as you need to really drill in that muscle memory. 10 times, 20 times, maybe 15 straight minutes of doing that. And then you got that, you're comfortable, you're ready to roll. Maybe you want to start out on the grass, maybe you want to start out with your wheels in a crack. But the final and third step of this is 100% full commitment. You got this, first try, let's go. So the third and final step is you have your front foot on there at a slight angle and all your weight's on that front foot. Jump up just a little bit, just a smidge over that board, and then shoot your back foot straight back. The board will turn underneath you, and then you will land again with all of your weight on your front foot, and that is the shove it. So your back knee is essentially taking it from practice step number 2 to practice step number 3. Instead of thinking it like a jump, which a lot of people do, they think, oh, you need to jump higher. I always say, don't think of it like that. Just bend your knee more. because your front foot is already on there. Even if you land front foot to front foot and then your back foot goes on late because your knee is bent, hey, that's okay. Some would even consider that extra style points. So push the board straight back, jump with your front foot, land back on it with your front foot, and then put your back foot on. Bada boom, bada bing. You got it, it's beautiful, it's gonna be a point of perfection. So front foot on there, jump up, shove that back foot back, bend that back knee, leave your front foot as close to the board as possible, land, and there you go. So I'm gonna cover in very good detail what each foot is doing at every stage of this trick. So your front foot is on there, and again, you're just jumping up as little as possible, actually. You don't wanna do a big jump because the higher the jump, the further you're away from that board, and the more likely the board is to turn. You don't want that. You don't want to land primo, you don't want to land on the side, you don't want it going into any other direction. You want your front foot nice and close, that's a control point. And then your back foot is sort of curled around the edge. You can practice this just on its own. I sort of like to feel it like sort of if my toes are going around the side, and then it just shoots straight back as fast as possible. The faster, the better, the easier. So front foot jumps up just a bit, boom, straight back, land with both feet, make sure you bend your knees, make sure you're wearing your helmet, knee pads, elbow pads, wrist guards, whatever you need. Stay safe out there and keep your focus on learning the tricks, not on trying to go into some like, oh, I must like prevent injuries. Yes, prevent injuries with a helmet, knee pads, elbow pads, but I want you to be in a position where you can focus on learning the trick, not focus on, I'm scared, I'm gonna get hurt, any of those things, which is a really good reason that we're doing these on a gradient, starting from the absolute easiest trick to a little harder, to a little harder, to a little harder. So I hope that helps y'all, and I hope that you guys are learning how to do the shove it. So that is week 3 of the boot camp. I hope week 1 and 2 treated you well, like I said, and I hope you got this trick. Once you start getting into this level, now we're into real tricks, and from here it's gonna progress pretty rapidly, and the tricks are gonna be pretty difficult. The more you skate, the better, and every time you leave your house, take your board with you. Whether you're skating or not, just take your board with you, skate to the store, skate from your house to your car, just step on that board and skate. The more you do, the more comfortable you're going to get, the more in control you're gonna be of this thing, and then by the time we get to week 10, kickflip, you're gonna nail it. You're gonna have it so good, and it's gonna be so awesome. I love to see anyone who's following along with this series, anyone who started from the beginning, even if you're a skater and you do know some of these tricks, you know what? It's probably a good idea to just take it from the very absolute beginning and just run through the whole thing. So I hope this series is enjoyable for you guys, and I hope it's something that you can follow along with and that a lot of people are gonna learn how to skateboard from. So if you're learning how to skateboard from it and having a blast, share it with your friends, and let's get the whole world on a skateboard. That is the goal of Braille skateboarding. That is what we're doing out here. That is why we do all these wild videos, these weird boards. It's to bring a new audience into videos like this that then teach you how to ride a skateboard. So have a blast, get out there, get a skateboard, and get started skating. Next Tuesday, we will have the next episode of Boot Camp, so be there, 10 a.m. We do a daily video every single day at 10 a.m. and every Tuesday, it's Tuesday tutorial day, so that's when the boot camp videos are going up. So I'll see you there. Check out all those videos right there, subscribe, like, leave a comment below, and you, yes you, learn to ride a skateboard. We have everything you need at brailleskateboarding.com.